I have an affordable RV lot for sale that I wanted to tell you about. Before I get into the specifics of the location, details about the property, a little bit of backstory. I purchased this property about 6 years ago, and my intent was to use it kind of as a home base. And I'll get into home base in a minute here about the property, but my intent was to go work at ski resorts during the winter, go work at dude ranches during the summer, RV parks, basically work camping. I was going to sell my house, which I ended up selling my house, and this was going to be my primary place to travel around the country. Things have changed, and I was fortunate I didn't have to, at least for now, I didn't have to go do the work camping and ski resorts. I still may go work at a ski resort as a bucket list item that I want to consider doing, but it's time to sell the lot. I still have another RV lot, so I just don't need to. And so anyway, at the end of this video, I'm going to add the video that I made about 6 years ago that shows this RV lot, some details about it, why I purchased it, etc. But I'm also going to leave in the description below the website for the campground, as well as the listing information, as well as the listing agent's phone and contact information, because if you're watching this video in the future, this lot probably not going to be available, but he's very knowledgeable of this community and the surrounding area. So if you want to consider some other opportunities in this community or in the surrounding area, feel free to reach out to him. Now, specifically, the property is located in central Colorado. It's approximately an hour drive south of Breckenridge. And if you're not familiar with Breckenridge, you've probably heard of Denver. It is 2 hours southwest of Denver off of Highway 285. It is about 2 hour drive just west of Colorado Springs. And it's also about 2 hours northwest of Pueblo, Colorado. So centrally located, it is 17 miles south of Fairplay, Colorado, which is a small little town. It has about, say, a dozen restaurants. It's a lot where the county, things were located for the county. And it's also about 24 miles north of Buena Vista, Colorado. That's a nice town. It has probably a dozen restaurants. It has a couple gyms. It has a 9-hole golf course. What else does it have? Well, it's got a couple hot springs resorts where you go sit in hot tub. Well, it's also a really big whitewater rafting. I think it's the Colorado River, and a lot of different areas. There's like probably 4 to 6 companies that do whitewater rafting. There's also people do fishing, trout fishing in the streams. Speaking of fishing, right across the street from this community is called the Antero Reservoir, and I think it's the water supply for Denver. And while it's probably about 2 miles directly across from this community, to get to the actual reservoir, it's probably a 10-12 mile drive to get to the boating dock, and they have probably a dozen free campsites. They have a restroom there, so people do camp there. But across the street from this community, there's a parking lot where you can just walk across the street, and there's these, I guess you call these little windy tributaries that flow into the Antero Reservoir. And people do trout fishing there, fly fishing. I've never done that before, but I see them out there. And also, speaking of fishing, just to the south of this community is a pond. It's a stocked fishing pond. It's owned by this community as well as another community. And really the intent of the pond is for firefighters. They can pull the trucks up there, load up their trucks with water and put out fires. But they're stock fishing. You have to get a card or a pass from the community to use it, so they know that people that are authorized to use the fishing pond can use it. Anyway, specifically the community, again, the website will be in the description below. It's called Campground of the Rockies. It's 512 lots. And the amenities include, well, it's a gated community, which is really nice because, and the way they kind of know who's coming and going is every lot owner has specific gate code. And there's cameras, so they kind of know who's coming and going. They don't monitor it, but they kind of know who's coming and going in the community. There's a sand volleyball court, there's a kids' playground, there's a clubhouse with indoor pool, there's showers, restrooms. The clubhouse has a lot of books and DVDs you can use. There's also a TV in there. Sometimes people go watch football in the community. There is a large kitchen in the clubhouse, but it's really designed for community events, or you can rent out the clubhouse if you have a special event. There's also a horse barn. So if you have a horse, I've never seen anybody use it, but if you have a horse, you can look into that. Washers and dryers on the property. What else? Amenities. There's some hiking trails on the community and just outside the community that leads to the National Forest. Also, south of the community towards Buena Vista, there are a lot of ATV trails. If you have your own ATV or side-by-side, you can use those for free. There's also 3 times I've rented side-by-sides in Buena Vista, and I've got a video on my channel about just to kind of show you what that's like in terms of what's it like to drive an ATV in that area. It's really beautiful. Let's see, community, that's about it for the amenities. Oh, also a couple amenities I forgot. There's a pickleball court, a tennis court, and horseshoes on the property you can use. In terms of the lot, you can have up to 2 RVs on the property. It can be park model, whatever, trailers, but you can have 2, and they have to be RVIA certified or something. They can't be a remodeled school bus or something like that. You can also have, though, like a boat with a trailer boat, ATVs, cargo trailers, so you can have those in addition to your 2 RVs on the property. And this particular lot is really large, so this would be ideal for somebody like that. And you're also allowed to have 1 shed. I believe it's 10 by 12 is the maximum shed size you can put on the property. The community itself is divided into 4 sections. There's 3 lower level campgrounds, RGS, DSP, CNS. And those are terms for railroads like Rio Grande Southern or something. These are railroad names. Anyway, the 3 campgrounds on the lower part have full hookups. So my site has a full hookup, water, sewer, and 30 amp. If you wanted to upgrade the 50 amp, you'd have to hire an electrician to come out and change what they call it, the electric post or something. There's also a upper level to the community called SNN, and the difference with that is they don't have full hookups. Everybody has electricity to their lot, but there are 3 service centers up there, and those service centers have showers, toilets, washers and dryers, fresh water, dump stations. So a lot of people up in the upper part of the community, they will use these little blue like wagons for their sewer, and they also have some other kind of like water system where they bring the water to their RV and then hook it up to a pump. Some people just use the just use the service centers, take a shower, go to the bath, because there's 3 of them up there. So that's an option. But this, again, this particular lot is on the lower level. It's an extra large lot. It's larger than most of the other lots in the community. Let's see, this lot would kind of be ideal for somebody who already has a big 5th wheel, ATVs or a boat, that kind of stuff. It's just easy to get in and out of this lot. You don't have to back into it. It's just very convenient. It's a big, wide, open lot. Again, in the video at the end, it'll kind of show some of the what it looks like, and also on the link below, if it's still available, will be pictures of the property as well. As I said before, full hookups, water, sewer, trash, not trash, water and sewer. There is trash obviously dumpsters on the property that are included in the HOA. Let's see what else. I am selling the property with my 14-foot trailer. Somebody doesn't want the trailer, it's fine. I can put the trailer on my other property. Not a big deal. In terms of the community, it's in an HOA, and I know I'm going to get comments. People say, oh, I hate HOAs. I'll never go in HOA. They're a scam, blah, 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 blah. In life, there's a lot of things. There's pros and cons to pretty much everything. And yeah, you can go out and buy a property out in the middle of nowhere, put in your own water, put in your own sewer, put in your own security gates or whatever. But, this HOA, the thing I like about it is the fact is we have a full-time caretaker. It's always doing work on the roads, around the property, fixing stuff. This particular community, I would say half the people I met, they either are snowbirds. One couple, they spend 6 months in Bullhead City and 6 months in the property. Another couple, they spend 6 months in a town south of La Paz, Mexico. I forgot the name of the beach town, but they spend 6 months. They drive back and forth every year. And I would say the other half, roughly, people who use the property, have a property, are people from Denver and Colorado Springs, and that's their weekend home. They come out there almost every weekend or long weekends or a week at a time, but for the most part, that's just their weekend home. They leave on a Friday and leave on a Sunday and go hang out there. Because it's about a 2-hour drive from Denver or Colorado Springs. That's all I can really share about the property. I can't think of anything else. HOA dues, again, they can change they're going to change in the future. I think they're roughly $1,000, $1,007 per year. Water is included, trash is included, internet's included. Electricity is nominal. If you don't use it's a $40 a year minimum charge. Taxes are fairly reasonable. Oh, very, very, very important. Before I mention this is a possible home base. Now, I want to make it really, really clear. This is a RV campground. It's classified as an RV campground. And you can only use the property 6 months out of the year, calendar year. It doesn't matter when you can come during the winter, you can come a week at a time, a day at a time, 6 months straight, it doesn't matter. But you can't, that whole intent is, you can't use this property as your permanent address. You can't say, oh, I'm living there and stay there 24/7 every day, every year. You have to leave. You can only be in the property up to 6 months out of the year. But the intent is, if they allow people to live there year round, it would be classified as basically a residential subdivision, which would mean higher taxes. Have to go up to code with the water and sewer systems, with roads, et cetera. It'd be a whole mess if this became a residential. And realistically, a lot of people don't stay there during the winter anyway because it's so cold. Something has to do with the mountains or the reservoir. It gets really dang cold there. It's 9,000 feet in elevation. So some people come up there during the winter and they just check on their property if they live in Denver, or if they want to go hunting, they will stay on their property, but they won't de-winterize their property. And the clubhouse and a small service center on the lower campgrounds, those are open year round. So even if you went up there during the winter, you can still use the showers, toilets, in the clubhouse. The pool's not open during the winter, and the pool is heated during the summer, by the way. So you can go up there during the winter, but you probably don't want to de-winterize your property because it gets really, really cold there. So just want to make it clear, why you can call this a home base option. You can't call it your home. That's why you need like a mail forwarding system or a residential domicile somewhere in the United States. You can't call this your permanent residence. You can get mail there. You can get Amazon deliveries, UPS deliveries. That's not a problem. But anyway, that's all I can think about the property. If you're interested in the property, I'm gonna put the link to the video here just in a minute. The link for Joe Wells' Pinecone Properties will be in the description below. And if you have any questions, reach out to him. If you have any comments, you can put it in the chat and I'll try to respond to him. But again, he knows the property probably as well as I do, Like I've been there 6 years or owned the property for 6 years. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was informative. Please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please click that subscribe button below and see you in the next video. Thanks for your time.